Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome. I need to do some changes, I think. I have
Welcome,
twice
everybody.
my microphone now. All right. That should be better, guys. You might have heard my microphone twice for a while. It should be better now. Do you hear the music as well now, DG?
I certainly do. Greetings, travelers. How are you all today?
Good to
How
see
is
everybody. We have some
Hope you're all doing well.
technical issues.
Yes.
Welcome to No Man's Sky. Glitches be glitching.
Yes, the odd problem here or there.
You still keep crashing?
Welcome, everyone. Yes, unfortunately. I'm having a multiplayer issue today with some crashing. So it's connected with multiplayer, apparently. And I'm not able to join you in studio at this time. I will keep trying. But
I'm gonna
hopefully
have to
I'll
leave
get
the
there
camera
soon.
like this, otherwise we're gonna have the it's gonna be still. So I'm leaving the fire on, I'm leaving the gag moving. All right, it's again second Thursday of the month. How have you been, Mr. DG?
I've been not too bad. Busy, a little bit of building, a little bit of trying a few other games here or there. Just trying to stay sane in today's world and doing all the things. I hope everyone else has been doing well as well. How about yourself, Beeps?
I've been doing good. I've been taking a lot of time for myself lately, but I needed it. I've been doing this for quite some time now, a lot of breaks between. Because, No Man's Sky is allowing me to do it for now.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I've been mainly playing No Man's Sky every time I'm streaming. Hey, Chris. Hey, by the way, let me get a heads up. Thank you, Barney, for the $5 Canadian. Appreciate that. Oh 07. And welcome, Christy. Thank you for being a member for 28 months. Really appreciate it as well. Yeah, I was trying to work on a video about No Man's Sky, and I just cannot find the thing yet. So I'm hoping the next update is going to bring us a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I know myself, it was took a little bit of time. After all those videos in quick succession, it kind of burned me out a little bit. So I've been taking a little bit of a break from content creation. And I'm slowly getting back into it again as we go. And hopefully, I'll be up and running again and editing videos, having fun, and doing all things like that. But for now, not a whole lot of multiplayer because I do not seem to be able to join.
That's I mean, it's a shame, no? It's a shame.
Yeah.
I've been like I just said, while I try to keep a real and positive view on No Man's Sky, we do also have to be, real about this. And the fact that this multiplayer is every time bugged after an update, and every time these old bugs come back, does, sometimes does make me wonder,
Yeah,
are you not learning your lessons? Yeah, are you not learning your lessons?
Yeah, yeah. It seems the latest update has made definitely a big error right now. So multiplayer, I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this on PlayStation 5, but yeah, it does not like me joining anyone or them joining me. So my game is crashing completely every time, which is unfortunate. So we're going to have to be going voice only, it looks like, today.
Well, we'll see if our guest can join. Otherwise, it's going to be me alone with the guests and DJ in the background somewhere in the... How you call this in English? I don't know. We call it couliss. The couliss.
Window looking again.
Window looking. I mean, behind the curtains. Job, thank you so much for being a member for 6 months. And your daddy, welcome to the membership of the Beehive. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Now it's not even giving me an option to join you. I've crashed so many times, so this is problematic.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope we'll see. I mean, even like I said, it is impressive that the team is always jumping on it and fixing everything. We had this massive patch note with the massive patch note with what you call it, all the fixes, crash fix and things like that.
Yeah, the bug fixes. Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, it's a shame. It's a shame that this every time has to happen. I would say, yeah, these new bugs, the new ship, the new reward ship doesn't render in properly, or, an expedition bug or something. But it's always the old bugs that pop up their head again. So I wonder what it's, yeah.
Yeah, multiplayer was an issue before the update, and I would hope that they would have gotten that a little bit more in tune with what the community is looking for. Unfortunately, that's not been the case, obviously, because I've been having a difficult time getting going here. But I mean, for the most part, it's the game is still fairly strong, and there's awful lot of good things about the game. Sometimes you have to struggle through a few difficulties here or there. But like I said, it's still a very viable game and a lot of fun to play. And, I'm really happy that HG is still putting out updates. I think I would really like to see experimentals or beta testing in consoles, because I think that would probably help avoid a lot of the issues. But yeah, so...
I think so too. I think you're able to join?
No, unable.
Just that you know, our guest already joined, so he is in the game. If you're
looking
listening,
up PS5 issue.
conflicted, if you're listening, it's not time to go and sit here yet. You can sit somewhere outside, but not inside yet. um, um, yeah, I think. Well, we're getting we're 7 years. We're 7 years in No Man's Sky. I don't think we're going to see any changes anymore. I think we are getting to a point where No Man's Sky is getting to the end of life, at least for a while. And I don't think it's worth it for them to change their strategy, to change anything they're doing with No Man's Sky for the moment. But it would be a good idea for them to have a beta team, even content creators, regular players, to test it. Different kind of branches, builders, explorers, ship hunters, things like that, and just give feedback before the update drops. Everybody signs an NDA, and then these people also have like their first chance to actually communicate with the community, and like, this is what you should expect from the next update. I think that might be a good way to also temper the speculation sometimes.
I think so. Not just temper the speculation, but also, to prepare a lot of the other players, community leaders and players and whatnot of what's to expect. And, I think it will avoid an awful lot of people getting upset with an update when it first comes out, which we've seen in the past. On the last few updates, people have gotten rather upset, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's a video game after all, so you can't please everybody with every single update. I think any video game developer will tell you that. But I think that there could be some things that they could do to work on, improvements. We'll see over the years how things go, and however long the game lasts, I'll still be playing, even if its multiplayer is broken.
I think 2023 will be. John Murray said it's going to be a bigger year than 2022.
Wow. Yeah.
In his newsletter he said 2023 is going to be better. So I have to say 2022 was a great year for updates. I mean, Sentinels, Outlaws, Expeditions, the Leviathan, the Polestar. I really enjoyed all of them. Waypoint was a very controversial one, but yeah, okay. Anyway, 2022 was
really good new things.
Was a great year. 2022 was a great year. So if they're saying it's going to be better, then I'm looking forward to 2023. But I think this might also be the year where they will be slowing down, focusing completely. I think we might actually see something happening on E3 this year about No Man's Sky, and they might then switch their focus mainly on the new game, and then have a small team just doing patch fixes, stabilizing, things like that.
Yeah. I'd like to see, an update where there's no content and maybe a few patch fixes, and that might really quell the audience of No Man's Sky and some of the bugs that we've been experiencing. I think, just fixing those things will really make huge quality of life improvements for a lot of people who really enjoy the game, and are somewhat driven away simply because the game is becoming more and more unplayable for them. So, something like that might be a really good idea for them to focus on, is just fixing some of those old bugs, going through the old Zendesk reports and so on. I mean, it's still a wonderful game. I love exploring and building, and the whole space concept of it and everything else like that is, something that's always spoken to me on a deep level. And so, personally, I think it's hard to give up a game that you really attach yourself to, which I have for many years. I've developed an entire community around No Man's Sky, and an awful lot of great friends. Most of you in chat that I'm seeing scroll up the screen here are all been really good friends and wonderful supporters of myself and all of the goals and the content that I've been putting out. So, I'm not about to just kiss it all goodbye and say, see ya.
No, true. And even if you play slower on the game, you still then are in contact with the community more than that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm in the cafe every day chatting with, my family and other Discord servers as well, just sort of keeping up to date and, congratulating people on their, achievements and just saying hello in some cases.
I mean, and again, I think it's okay to play another game, guys. No,
Everybody gets burnt out from time to time.
I
I've
mean,
played other games myself.
and 7,500 hours in this game. I got my value for money. But
Oh yes,
it's
yeah.
not a game that you're gonna leave behind. It's just like, okay, it's slow. It's really slow now. Both Waypoint and Fractal were updates that are totally not focused on me or are, as my player style. VR, Nintendo Switch, these have been, are now having a great time. But it's a good time. It's a good time to take it slow and just relax and get ready for April. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing.
I'm looking forward to the future of No Man's Sky and other things that they're bringing out as well. They keep giving us new content, even in the smallest degree. There's a bunch of new building parts, and we've got this new ship. And last year, the same thing. They gave us a new selection of ships, multi-tools, companions, robotic companions. So, if they're saying that this year is going to be bigger than last year, then there's an awful lot of really cool stuff coming.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what all is entailed in that, and what to expect. As a community leader, I really hope they get the multiplayer sorted out, because I think that's going to be a detriment if they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to be able to do things with your community and enjoy, the gameplay.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially because
Cross your
everything has been
fingers.
focused on now, yeah. Multiplayer
Yeah.
and it has become so much more important. In the beginning, it was just the orbs that you saw, and that was since when was the orbs? Since when did we
Oh, it was, yeah. Orbs was Atlas Rises, possibly. Before that, we didn't even have orbs. There, yeah, orbs have been. They were there for a couple of updates, and then they moved on.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed the orbs. I thought that was kind of fun, not knowing what people necessarily look like in
yeah.
terms of an image of a character, or the essence of a character. I thought that was really kind of neat. And then they moved away from orbs and went with full-on
Yeah,
characters
since
and
next now.
various visages. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
could originally there were only the 3 species that you could choose
Mm-hmm.
for a visage, plus the anomaly visage, so 4. And they improved upon that with the travelers. Cross your fingers, Beebs. I have landed. My goodness. I think PC might be an issue when joining on the PlayStation 5. So that could be the issue, But I don't know. Right now, I'm lucky enough to be
Yeah.
here in person. Oh, my goodness. Hello, everybody.
Just quickly sit still.
My blue skin is turning gray. Oh, we made it.
Welcome, DJ. Good to see you.
Oh, thank you. It was a little bit disheartening having my game crash so many times. So I had to actually use a cloud backup save because it really did not like crashing so often. So here we are. Hi.
Good, good. Now we feel finally like a studio.
There we go. It's filling up. Things are filling up. There we go. So um, in game finally. It's not so lonely in here now, is it?
I think for the experience for the OG, the original players, is completely different. We have been growing with the game. So we saw the orbs, and then we got these these monuments that you could make if you met somebody in the game, and then you started seeing each other actually. So the evolvement, the how the game evolved, we've been following that. So there's a whole different experience for us as an original player than a player that just joined.
Honestly, I missed the monuments. I thought that was actually a really cool feature in the game where you could build a monument with another player.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really kind of a cool feature. And believe it or not, if you were to look, you could still find those monuments in the game. They
Yeah, I
do
know, I
still
know.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
But
totally understand it doesn't exist anymore because people can just join each other now in game.
yeah,
The monuments were just when you came across somebody, you have to really work for it to find each other.
There was a
So
lot of triangulating involved,
yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
yeah. I mean, it's I think the experiences that especially you guys had, because I was in and out of this game during during all these updates. The experience you had was unique, you know, something you look back to like, oh, this is amazing, this was amazing. And I think that is sometimes what is missing now in No Man's Sky, the interaction that
Well,
actually makes a difference.
yeah, I mean, keep in mind when the beginning happened with No Man's Sky, the game was far different and had far less content than what it has now today. And each of those updates that started coming out was adding more and more content, and so it was a really exciting time um, for a game that started off with hardly any content to, you know, when they did add something, it was monumental, it was huge. Base building wasn't a thing in the initial days, and when they added that in Foundation, that was an amazing thing. So that was, you know, something that, you know, as the game was developing and turning a little bit more into the game that they had originally had promised, there were so many great things about it that we were all
Mm-hmm.
discovering, you know, new each time that they brought out a new update. So it felt like a new game each time. And there's been many, many of those huge changes.
Yeah.
And there's an awful lot of people here that OG players that do remember that. And it was a very exciting time, and the community was extremely positive about the game. Anybody who was negative was instantly, you know, group hugged until they either liked the game or went away. So, you know, it was a really great time for communities to form, and a lot of those communities are still around today, including the cafe and a few other larger communities. So, you know, I think that really forged a real strong bond with the game and the people that played in those communities. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I look back to that as some of the greatest times of my life in a video game world. And that was, you know, those are memories that they don't fade very easily. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'd like to see
Yeah.
more of those memories continue. But right now, it's sort of taken a little bit of a slowdown in
Mm-hmm.
terms of the content, with content being a little slower coming out.
Yeah.
How long it'll last is anyone's net guess. They keep giving us, you know, content, even as small as it is, with a ship here and a multi-tool there. But they are still putting out content, so the game is still very much alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think No Man's Sky has been saved by how the players have formed the community, and the community has saved the game for quite some time. And I
yeah,
think also
yeah.
still the feeling of that community is still something that is holding uh, is keeping the game relevant. I think the game is starting to be holding itself more and more, but in the beginning, the community was what was keeping it up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it weren't for those loyal gamers who enjoyed the game, like myself, KJ, yourself, and many, many, many others who played the game from day one and never gave it up. Those community members, those people are the ones that brought the positivity into the
Mm-hmm.
game, and hope for HG to
Mm-hmm.
continue building upon the game. And that's, you know, they really helped support a game that was widely hated in the media, which unjustly so, because I don't believe any video game up to that time had ever been, you know, that roasted so badly over the coals. Um, but you know, and I can't say that they deserved it. I don't think they deserved to be roasted that badly. There were some really cruel things done and said,
Mm-hmm.
because after all, it's a video game, and it was later, you know, determined that there was a reason behind the problems that they had. But that's still not exactly a fair thing to say to any video game company or its devs that are trying to put content out for people who really identify with the whole, you know, space exploration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, we all dreamt when we were children about exploring in space, and this is what that game was about: was reliving those dreams. So You know,
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on something else that was we briefly touched upon a moment ago, but we haven't really talked about it yet. There's this new feature that has been developed with Hello Games and the No Man's Sky universe. There are these new files which you can download on
Yes, the
PC, and I
one.
don't know if anyone has tried them yet. The GOG files, I think they're called.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's only on GOG. You cannot do it on Steam. You cannot do it on any platform.
yeah,
The
you want to
GOG
talk
is
about
like
that?
Steam, but
Quickly?
it's a different.
Yeah, it's a European
Yeah,
thing, is it not?
It's a German platform, gaming platform.
Mhm. So what that entails is you can actually play the video game from each of 3 or 4 previous
Hmm.
updates, Foundation, Atlas Rises, and I can't remember the other 2, but it was some of the original gameplay that we
Next is
played
one
way
of them as
back.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, like 4, 5,
yeah.
6 years ago.
I think
Um,
next beyond Atlas Rises and Pathfinder. I think.
Yeah, and I mean, up until the point where this actually came out, the only way to play the game as it was originally intended was to have the disc
Hmm.
and play offline completely without any internet, without any updating whatsoever. Um, and for those of you who are interested in testing and playing the game as it was when some of us OG players were playing the game, that's a great way to go and have a look and see what the game was like back then, the colors, the gameplay, and the ships and how things were. It was very different, and seeing some of these old pictures that some of the community members have been putting out there
Hmm.
really brings back a lot of memories. I have been very interested myself. Number one reason for me is to fly an old ship they took out of the game years
Uh-huh.
ago. So,
Yeah,
but
so it's
yeah,
good memories. Good memories. I mean, even when I played, like I said, the first when the game came out, and I remember getting to the first center of the universe of Euclid, having my ship landed there on a mountain, and I saw the center. You saw the sun. Like, yeah, that's where I need to go. uh,
yeah,
this,
I know
that
myself. I did
old
very much the
feeling.
same.
Hmm.
Yeah, you warping to the core, and then you go through the core, and you end up in another universe
Yeah,
way at the back, and
that was
you do it
disappointing
all
though.
over again. Yeah.
Just,
Well, it was
uh,
just
I wanted to know the
disappointing that you
answer.
started all over again. Yeah, I know. Well, see, that's the whole point is, you think you know the answer until you get there and find out that you really don't, and then it wants you to keep going and warping through again. I think my favorite part of the video game itself is actually warping through the core at that moment there. For those of you who have done it, the music plays. It's
Hmm.
very special. You get goosebumps on your arm. Very climactic scene. Warping faster and faster and faster, and then white screen, and you end up at the a new location with everything broken.
Mm.
Some would say a little anticlimactic, but at the same time, what were you expecting? And I think
Well,
that's the whole
no, that the thing is,
lesson Atlas wants to teach you.
mm, the thing is that I had played Spore before. I don't know if you ever played Spore.
I did not.
And when I was playing No Man's Sky, I said, "Hey, this looks a lot like Spore." Spore is not a 3D game; it's more like a top platform strategy game. But you evolve from a single cell organism completely to a space creature to travel. And the aim of Spore is to reach the center of the galaxy, and there you actually speak to an entity. So I assumed, just because of that experience, this was the goal in No Man's Sky. I need to go to the center. I will speak to somebody there that is, the entity creator or whatever. But I just started again. It's like, okay, maybe I need to do it another. Maybe I need to do it 2 times. After 10 times, I gave up.
Well, you definitely didn't last quite as long as myself. I warped somewhere between 100 and some odd times before slowing down on my warping pace. Um, yeah, I made it to, like, was it Galaxy 112 or something like that, on one save. Others I went all the way to the end and then wiped that save out because I didn't want to ruin it for myself. in case there was something big coming. I did a lot of warping back in the day. It was a lot of fun, and I think some of my discoveries are still there at the center. I haven't checked in a while. I've been mostly hanging around Euclid and Galaxy 42, because that's where my community is, and so I just sort of stick around the areas where everybody else is at. But yeah, I had a lot of fun warping. I had a lot of ship hunting and things like that. And those were some fun times. And I'm very, very curious about this new update with the GOG files and possibly downloading them on my PC. I'd like to see that on console, but at the same time, it could also damage the whole community aspect of not having multiplayer, because there was no multiplayer back then.
No, there's no multiplayer on the GOG files as well.
Yeah.
There's no more the support for these files.
Yeah. So yeah, that could damage a few things with the community in itself. So
weird flicker in my camera displaying graphics. Let me
the flicker. No.
Let me just switch to DLA.
Maybe that's somebody outside the window taking pictures with their flash.
All right. Let me just sit down again. It's time to invite our guest, I would say. Let me see if I can get the camera over. So, let me just pull in the guest into the Discord.
Yep, a very special guest today.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows because it's in my title, but here we go.
It is, yes.
You might have to turn off your stream, Mr. Conflicted.
Yeah, I've just this second turned off as soon as I heard a bling in my ear hole. I'm tripping, man, but okay.
Good to see you. Welcome,
there was
welcome.
A bit of a delay.
Let me just, good to see you.
I'm fine, folks, tonight. Finally.
This is
God, I gotta walk into this bloody music. Like, okay.
Welcome.
Aye, thanks a lot. I feel like a superstar right now. Oh my God, I need to stand attention while the song's going.
I was like, which song am I gonna use? Welcome,
Perfect.
Mr.
Oh my
Conflicted
God,
Gaming.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, CG, how are you today?
I'm a little shell shocked right now. I mean, I expected some sort of cheesy intro. I didn't expect that though.
Well, you are the first guest that Studio 16 has had entrance music to, and we thought that this was the perfect opportunity to play something which
suited you.
Well, it might set off a bomb, or it might.
That's a conundrum, because on one hand, I feel really mighty bloody honoured, and on the other hand, you're both. Oh my God! No, it's absolutely lovely to be. I'm quite excited to be here, so thank you very much.
It's good to have you.
Thank you for coming.
I was a bit surprised when I got the message, like, do you want to be on Studio 16? I'm like, yes! And then I'm like, shat myself, because I'm like, well, what did I do? I know I'm good. I know I'm used to speaking shite, but yeah, I'm like, what did I say here? I don't know. So here I am.
Oh, don't worry, Sam. I actually am not monetizing this stream. We're just going to play it safe.
Now I really feel honoured that you went the length of non-monetizing your stream just to have me on the show. That says a lot.
We got to a point that we feel safe enough now to invite a little bit of the risky guests.
Well, this is the community spotlight, and I mean, we want to interview all different members of the community, and of course, you've made quite a name for yourself, in the community. with the comedy that you and Mr. Witchblade bring when you guys have your streams, your videos that you put out, where all the crazy hijinks that you guys are getting up to, and so on and so forth. You've been keeping a lot of the No Man's Sky members laughing with some really fantastic comedy, and it's new and original content, which is different than some of the other comedy streams that you may see out there. And so you've really captivated a large audience with the No Man's Sky community, and it's really great to be able to get to know you on a little bit more personal level here at Studio 16 here today. So welcome, my friend.
No, well, cool. Thank you. But when you get to know me better, you might tell me.
While we're talking about it, let me just quickly pick up the channel of Conflicted, so we can drop it in the chat.
18 rated though, guys. Do not please watch in front of your kids. Oh my god. Yeah.
Or you watch it if you want them to be educated.
I like good Scottish attitude and that stuff. Communication skills, that's the key.
Oh, but, thank you, DJ. That's even easier.
Yes,
well, I would say when it comes to me and Witchblade, it's like Witchblade's. Me and Witchblade, we can get to the geeky, nerdy comedy, whereas the real comedy to me is it comes from Gary and his trolling. Like in any game that we play, and that stuff. And that brings me to a point you and DJ were talking earlier on when I was listening to stream when I wasn't supposed to. The thing about No Man's Sky, a lot of people are getting a bit bored with the game or upset and that stuff, and quite understandably. I mean, we all have our gripes about the game and our loves about the game, which is why you see a lot of different things on my channel, like Call of Duty, Evil Dead. That nice family-friendly game that we played. That was very nice experience.
Very nice experience.
But I do see a lot of the No Man's Sky community picking up other games, which I find very interesting, because then you get to see the person playing other games, not just, yeah, you too. But no, I enjoy that. Instead of just trying to concentrate in No Man's Sky, with the burnt out part is concentrating on other games. But there's one part in No Man's Sky that will always keep me coming back, and that's the building.
Mm-hmm.
The game has lost its mystery to me. When I got this game on day one, and in 6 months, never saw another person. Never, I know they're there somewhere, but it took me months to get to the center. You felt very alone, and now we're a very crowded place. There's no more mystery left. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
Building community itself, the glitch and ideas people come up with, I find absolutely fascinating. And I tried for about 2 months, Beebs, watching your tutorials, because you're a great teacher. Well, I couldn't get worth a shit. My buttons and my thumbs, or my brain, sorry, my thumbs. See, that's a good. My brain and my thumbs, they think two different things at the same fucking time. So I can't glitch build worth a shit. So that's why I got into the base tour side of things.
Mm-hmm. If you can't build it, you just go and check it out.
Aye. But no, the building side of No Man's Sky, I still find absolutely fascinating.
It's interesting you say that, because I think No Man's Sky has some of the better building mechanics than many of the other games that are out there. There's Minecraft and a few other games that are building oriented. I found No Man's Sky to be very, very good with its building mechanics, and they've embraced the community an awful lot with a lot of the updates they put out with new building. They've changed the building mechanics and added more parts and so on and so forth. So building in this game, although it was not its first big component of the game, adding it to the game and allowing players to express themselves in a lot of different ways with the building and the building mechanics, and yes, glitch building was which came along a little bit later in the game, is some of the best building mechanics that are out there in video gaming. I got to say that it's a component that when you start to get a little bit bored with some parts of the game, building is a nice way to unwind and change things up a little bit until you're interested in, exploring or ship hunting, multi-tool hunting, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a really nice change. And it's helped me an awful lot as well over the years, try something new and different. I'm not sure how your guys' paths have gone with building, but
wonderful! I'm an expert.
But it's been
4 walls and a
been
door.
a really fun.
4 what? 4 walls and what?
Okay, 3 walls and a door and 1 roof. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. The bombs in the brain stuff.
I was thinking, this is already quite advanced. You make a 5-sided build. It's
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best channel in the world if you want to know how to play games. That much I can say with pure confidence. On that part, I'm an expert.
Well, everybody has to start somewhere, and whether or not you take the base building or not, that's, everybody's interests change. Some people are more interested in learning more than others, and other people are more interested in more crazy designs than others. It's all in how you decide that you want to take your gameplay, right? Some people prefer it, some people don't. And some people just, have a difficult time learning some of those techniques. Took me a long time to really get some of those techniques as well. And like you, CG, I had to watch all of Beebs' videos and learn how to do this stuff. And then from there, once I learned it, then I could be more creative. But it was a process for sure. A long process of learning how to do things.
Process was fantastic. Yes. I went to try. See, what I had done is I put it on the PC while I had the PS5 on, right? And I had Beebs' tutorial on the perfect circle back in the day, right?
Yes.
And I'm watching this, and I've got I had to put a floor down to put the different sized wires on. So I put the floor down, and that's when he said in the video, "Oh, you have to use the reverse wire glitch." I went, "What the fuck? What's that? I don't know what a reverse." So I had to go and find these other video beside that video to figure out what to do to continue with what I was actually doing in the first place. I just went up in the air. Bollocks it! I'm done. I can't build. So.
And that was the easy circle.
I ended up. There was one time I went. I think it was 3 videos back to try and learn the video I was trying to watch, and I was just like, oh my god, I didn't know what to do. I got so confused, and then I ended up doing, filming them instead. That's my ballpark. So I went with what I was told I was good at. So.
Did you ever build with ladders?
No, we don't do ladders. I stay away from ladders in most games. Even in Call of Duty, we're on the DMZ or something. Me, Gary, and Robin, and there's a signal tower thing, and we had to take. So we're climbing up the ladder. Now it's impossible in Call of Duty to fall off a ladder, but I was climbing up the ladder, and Robin stood on the top, and because of the collision connection, I couldn't get off. And I'm getting shot at by all the MCs at the bloody bottom. So I died on the ladder. Thanks, Robin. There's always something goes wrong with a ladder, even if I don't have something that goes wrong with a ladder.
I think there's always something wrong with a ladder.
I don't even know where that came from. I don't plan these things. I just make videos, and next thing you know, there's a theme going on this month, and next month there'll be another theme, and then there's themes that stay for years, like ponies and stuff. It's a wonderfully depressing but brilliant place to be in. I love it. Totally.
Yeah. You're going into a game with good intentions, and then you have Gary.
Well, see, I have a plan. I have plans.
Who pushes you off of a cliff or a high place?
always get this plan in my head and we go on it, and I never once to this day have gone ahead with a plan
That
that I
works.
planned. And the thing is, though, it's like you all see what Gary does to me. He's my best friend. He's been part of this channel for bloody years now. Christ's sakes, he started in the old channel with me. But have you ever noticed, guys, that it's only me he trolls? See off camera, or see if he was to come on, if Gary was to come on to a place like this. He's such a nice guy, except when he's on with me. You know, that's just when Gary is a genius.
Well, I think that's the
I
comedy.
love him.
You know,
I absolutely love
that's
him
what
for
makes
it.
it fun. You know, you've got this interesting magic between you and Mr. Witchblade and Gary, and the three of you, and some of the hijinks you guys get up to. I think that's what they call that comedy magic. You know, it's really hard to do that all with one person, but when you've got the three personalities like yourselves, and of course, you know, Gary is always out there to try and quote get you, shoot you, or push you off a cliff, or something, you know, there in between. And then, of course, you know, the ensuing reaction from having that happen. You know, that kind of comedy makes it so much more funny, you know, because you know it's coming. And then, of course, there's Mr. Witchblade over there egging him on the whole time, and you know, ever calm voice, you know, and it just kind of makes you laugh, you know, the three of you guys together. It's
That's
really
the whole
fun
worst part
comedy.
about it, TG, is after all these years, you see, I actually do know it's coming. The part that Gary gets me with is Gary's timing. He can sense down the head. See, when you see a funny clip, right? We've probably been
Yeah.
playing Call of Duty or Evil Dead for about 2 hours, and we're playing properly. And then there's this thing in my voice or something. Just Gary seems to know when I'm in the zone and not concentrating, and that's when he hits me. It's a timing thing. No, it's bloody coming, but I forgot it's coming. So you got me. You know, every single bloody time he gets me, man. And that's what I. You couldn't script. You can't script that. There's no way. It's impossible to script that.
No, it's great content. I mean, guys, if you want to laugh, of course, once again, it's definitely not PG. But if you want to laugh, then definitely check out Conflictus channel. Every Sunday
Or offended.
he's pasting.
people might be
Offended,
offended.
we don't care about offended. If you're offended, easy, you're in the wrong place already.
I think, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Conflicted Gaming, you've changed your release time to Saturdays now with your videos. Is that correct?
Well, no, technically it's still Sunday. What
For
I
you- for
try
the-
to do
yeah.
is I try to get each video finished by Saturday afternoon my time.
Okay.
And then I upload it to my channel and I keep it private, so all the HD renders done and everything else. And then you get time. That gives you time, build your coffee and that. Go and do all your links. Make sure everybody's been credited, because you know, credit where credit's due. It doesn't matter if somebody's in your video for 2 seconds or 2 minutes. You credit everybody that's, you know, part of that work. So it gives you time to do all that. Then at midnight on Saturday, which becomes Sunday to me, I just press, you know, live, go live, post it, go to my bed. That way the video's up. And that also gives me a 24-hour cushion if I'm polishing a bit off or something doesn't feel right in the video. If a video doesn't feel right, I won't post it for the sake of it. You know, I'm sure you have noticed every now and again I miss a Sunday. It's not because there isn't any content. It's because I'm not happy with the content. And because I don't do it for money or anything like that, I'm not monetized. I do it for fun. So to me, if I miss a video, I miss a video. I know people get upset. I know they want the videos, but it can't be helped. I won't post a pile of shit. It's not in me. Well, okay, I do post a lot of shit, but it's good shit. There's a difference.
That's the good shit.
It's not sloppy. It's a good sturdy one.
Yeah, so it's usually midnight DG. I try to post them, but mostly because it lets me have a lie in the next day, or it gives me 24 hours to polish off the video and try to get it done.
Yeah, in North America, or at least West Coast North America, where I live, it's still Saturday for me when I've been posting them.
Hmm.
And I had thought that you had changed your time slightly to accommodate for that, a different time, or maybe your schedule had changed. But
I
it's
just found
midnight
it
your
easier
time,
with
which
my
is why.
lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah, that
Sunday
makes sense.
afternoons, since just before Christmas, with everything that's going on with the family, I'm
Uh-huh.
now involved with the family a lot more. I spend a lot more time with the kids, that kind of thing. So my time has been shortened dramatically. So it's incredibly hard just to find time to record and make videos, and it's almost impossible right now for me to join people's live streams
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of that. Because real life has to come before YouTube. It does. It just it's plain and simple.
It does. It does. I mean, especially if it's a hobby. If it's not your work or whatever, then it's,
Yeah, I could never be. I could never do YouTube as a job. I think that would change me.
uh-huh.
If I tried to monetize my channel, I would lose my channel instantly. Or if I started again because of the copyright material, or if I started again, I couldn't make the comedy that I make now because I like using official music. I like using official movie clips.
Hmm.
I can use 90% of copywritten material just because of the fact I don't make money. As
Yeah,
long as I credit everything, they're happy to just leave me to it.
yeah,
So I'm not interested in the money because I like my videos too much. I like editing. I just find a lot of escapism, freedom. It's expressionism for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's therapy.
Something like that, without
Yeah.
sounding too
No, no, no.
blah, 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 without sounding like a nerd.
Uh-huh.
That word.
No, for me, No Man's Sky was therapy for at least 2 years when I started playing it. So,
No Man's Sky has been a rocky journey. For about 12 months before No Man's Sky came out, this guy called Cobra TV back in the day
uh-huh.
found this clip of No Man's Sky, and I fell in love with what I saw. And Cobra TV was
Was
the
that when
only
you went
guy at
nuts?
the time. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, but I mean, I'm not subscribed to him anymore.
Cobra?
He
Oh,
changed over the
yes.
years.
Yeah.
Cobra is one
But
of the big names in No Man's Sky still,
yeah,
even if
Cobra
he
TV.
stopped, playing No Man's
Hmm.
Sky.
But
Yeah.
he caught this video clip of No Man's Sky, and I saw it, and all I could do was, what the? I've never seen anything like this. Not. Wow, mind blowing. Pure Sean Murray emo, fucking down the road and everything. I was dying for this game. Waited 12 months for this game, and then when it came out, I hated the bloody thing. What the fuck? Where did it go? Where's my ET game? Where's my Diplo? Where's my ship? Where's that planet? I got this thing that done Jamba Lamba like on steroids, walking around the planet that shouldn't exist. So I decided what I'd done was when I first started YouTube on my old channel was I made a No Man's Sky fan made video. And this was before I became a proper editor, or proper editor. I say that in quotes, but you know what I mean. When I first started editing, and that's all vanilla No Man's Sky video,
Mm-hmm.
the whole lot. But
It's your
yeah,
journey as a filmmaker, CG. That's what it is. Journey as your filmmaker.
it's kind of like a portfolio, but my first channel is a portfolio that officially doesn't exist. That's cringy. If you saw those first 6 months of videos, man, even I boo myself and give it a thumbs down. What the hell was that? What was I thinking? But it's all been a learning process.
That's true. I mean, you can only learn by making mistakes. So,
I make mistakes all the time, Beebs, and
you're a very wise
I
person.
like them for the lesson. I like them for the lesson it gives me.
So you played No Man's Sky then from day one, but you didn't play for that long then, I assume.
Played from day one, and I lasted a week,
Uh-huh.
and I snapped my disc. Kind of like dragged it out the PlayStation, threw it across the room, smashed it against the wall. Bucket, it pissed me off anyway. And then about 6 months later, I think it was something on Cobra TV. He was talking about things, speculations. I thought, right, okay, the big first update or whatever, 12 months after. And I rebought bought the whole game again. 60 quid. Put it in my machine, and it sat there till the update. The update came. I was excited. I was like, here we go, E3. No, just no, absolutely not. I got a glowing ball. That was my friend. He's a ball. You know, he's
The orbs. That's right.
But it's
So-
been a very rough journey with No Man's Sky.
So now we know where Hello Games got all the money. It's all these guys that threw away their disc and then had to buy a new game with every update.
I think about 44 times in total. And then I ended up buying it digitally so I can just download it every time I quit. But I think I bought 4 versions of it back in the day, and that was when I was big on. I need a disc. I want to own it myself, not digitally. And before it all became popular with the digital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I still play the game on my PlayStation 5 using the original disc that I bought from day one. I still have that hard copy that I play it on. I bought it on Steam as well, but as far as the original game, I still have that original disc, and it must be warped by now because it's still in my PlayStation. I've never taken it out except to transfer to PS5.
Transfer it over.
Yeah, there's something nostalgic about having a physical copy of a game in your hands, the disc or the cartridge, back in the Nintendo days. So,
Completely understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, some of us old
There's
timers,
one
we
thing
like
about
that physical.
vanilla No Man's Sky I miss like hell. There's just one thing about it, and that was, how when you go today, if you go to visit 10 tropical or lush planets, they're all kind of samey. Maybe different color grass or something. Maybe a bush that's got an extra leaf. But back in the day when it first came out, if you went to 10 biomes in the same type of biome, you found 8 completely different biomes, like lush, tropical, this, that, and next. Like, they stood out from each other. They were very different, like proper procedural generation. But now, again, just my own personal opinion, but they feel samey. I've seen 1 or 2 tropical planets. I've seen most of them. That's how I feel. The game in itself.
I would say yes and no. I think it depends a bit on how you look at it. What I miss most is the terrain generation. That's the planets with the snaky stones growing over the thing. That was something I was just constantly amazed with flying. And now you could actually fly underneath it, but no, yeah, okay. This is one of the things I miss, is the terrain generation in the game. That was it is the game has always evolved into something new, which every time I found something to enjoy in.
I mean,
from
don't
day
get
one.
me wrong.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The game looks better. It's a bit sad to say right now, but it runs better than it did back in the day. But even though it's not running properly right now, but yeah, it looks better. The loading screens in the PS5 are practically, it runs fast. I've got this thing running at 60 frames a second unless I'm on multiplayer. But it's the variety, Bees. The variety of stuff that they had.
I think the problem has been the hype that has been built up, the trailers, and then the release. That's been the major the comparison. If they would have released the game as it was with Next and had the trailers as the game was Next, that would never have been an issue, and the game would have been successful from day one. I think the problem was just the difference between the expectations / hype and what the game actually was when it released. But the game itself,
we were bad for the hype.
I had no hype. I just saw the trailer. I said I'm gonna download it, so I bought it. But I was not part of anything. I didn't watch any news articles about it or anything. So I played the game and I enjoyed it as it was. So I think that was the big difference between a lot of people that hated the game or didn't like the game just because they didn't see what they wanted because of that
There was a lot of hype
Yeah.
involved in the original game that was supposed to have been released.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but you know, the devs actually had a flood. Was it like 6 months before the release of the game?
Before
They
the
had to
game was
completely rewrite the code for the game, and they were under contract by Sony, which meant they had to
Mm-hmm.
have something. Yeah, in a perfect world, it would have been
yeah,
great
they were pressured
if
after the flood.
they were
With
very heavily
the
pressured.
RE3 game, I think.
I
Mhm.
think I
I
think
think
that's the
that's where it
lesson they
went
are
to.
learning now with their new game. They are not sharing anything.
Oh no, they're keeping that well under wraps, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I still have a soft spot for No Man's Sky. I will always have something for it. When it first came out, there was no escapism for me, and it's never quite gone away. I just haven't found it again since. But I know
Mm-hmm.
it's there, and I'm waiting for that to come back. But the big thing that keeps me going and still playing this game is the community. So
Mm-hmm.
I base a lot of my No Man's Sky stuff now on base tours because it still gives the community No Man's Sky videos, which is like I try to mix cinematics with stupidity, and I'm putting them together and hope for the best. But it seems to work okay.
And it
I
gives Gary another reason to push you off a high ledge.
Well, yeah, I mean that was a big Gary influence as Beeblebum. I remember, when I did Space Station 16, keep getting that mixed up with this place, but Space Station 16 was where I first met Beeblebum, and that was the live stream he was doing, and he was halfway through Space Station 16. And I'm
uh,
watching these wires, and this is the first I've ever come across a building community I didn't even know glitching existed. And I saw this thing, and I'm like, "What the hell's? How's he doing that?" And and I remember when I first came across Beeves for about 2 weeks, I was in the chat going, "Hi everybody, how you doing? Oh, thumbs up, oh 07," or learning what oh 07 meant at the time, and it was very sweet. And then and I can't remember to the day who it was. One of the members decided to think, "Who's that conflicted gaming guy?" and went and watched a video. And then came back in Beavis' chat. All I heard was fucking, fucking, fucking. And everybody went and watched this. I didn't want people to know because I was scared, but because the community is so nice and polite and everything else. Like an idiot like me coming along, well, I tried to hide it at first, but I got found, and now everybody likes it for some reason. Don't know why.
you've been accepted with open arms. That's for sure.
I feel like the village idiot. Like everyone says, "Oh, look at the village idiot. He's a mental case, but he's our mental case." That's where I feel like like part of it. Like I'm
Yeah,
accepted,
conflict.
but I'm
You're
tolerable.
you're not the village idiot. I can point you to one, and I'll let you know after this chat. But you are not the village idiot. I think you're more like the Joker in the King's card.
I would probably call myself the comedy psychic, my own bloody channel. And that's mostly Gary's fault. It's like, see if you took away Gary and put me in Call of Duty. I mean, yeah, it's still me. It'd still be funny, but it wouldn't be as funny. Does that make sense?
No,
It's
I
like
totally understand.
having a nice car.
It's very
Yeah.
hard to be
Take out the
fun.
engine of your nice car.
It's still a car, but
You still got a nice car, but it don't fucking work. That's what Gary is to me. I mean, he makes he's the backbone of my channel, in my opinion. He's one of the most important members.
So once he gets monetized, Gary, you're gonna get a pay cut.
He's joked about that one with me, he done, what was it he done? It was in my old channel. I can't remember, but something, and we were crying for hours afterwards, Beebs. I had trouble editing this thing. I couldn't stop laughing. I think it was on Red Dead Redemption, and I can't remember what it was. There were so many. But Gary turned around and says, "That'll be 50 quid or I'm calling copyright." I'm like, what? But he jokes around on me like, that's 50 quid, put it on the tick bill. But I'm never going to be monetized. But if I do get somewhere, I was thinking about I've had a few people talking and say, "Oh, do merch. Like, who wants a fucking t-shirt with my name on it, derp?"
Well, you do T-shirt like that, Derp or Gary or things like that. You're gonna sell.
Yeah. You see, I could put up my best coat and one T-shirt that says "It is I, Gary," and I guarantee the Gary would be sold out, and I would probably sell one or two.
Something ex brony or I'm not a brony, things like that. Uh,
It's a good job I got
Big
fucking
unicorn
sick,
with
man.
a
Swear to God.
pink
But at the end
shirt
of
with a
the day, people,
unicorn and rainbows. Yes.
yeah, unicorn, rainbows, learn the difference between a sparkle and a sparkle and learn all the names. I didn't know all the names, but until that one guy, Unicorn Poo Dude, joined our servers, it's never died since. Years
we
this has been going on.
so many funny stuff you could make T-shirts. Spinny chair.
Then he would.
I'd buy a
do
brony
well.
shirt. See there, Sam Vines would buy a brony shirt of you.
I don't know whether to thank you or invite you off. But yeah, a few people have mentioned like going to merch or something. It's free to do or set
Yeah.
up.
And you don't
And,
you don't have to be worried about anything.
At the moment, it's like I said, I'm no interested in money.
No, that's true. I
but
can understand.
I do this just because it's mostly a hobby. I am genuinely not serious about trying to be a YouTuber, which is odd because I'm actually trying to be a YouTuber without the. I'm not trying to for the money though. I'm no interested in that. I just it's the day people stop watching and laughing at my content, it's the day I'll just go, okay, I've had a good run, call it a day. And yeah, that's the day I quit is when people stop watching. After that, it's been a good run. So enjoy it while I'm here, or I'm enjoying it while I'm here.
Yeah, I think that's why as long you enjoy it yourself, that's how long you have to do it.
Well, I do enjoy it, but I've got it. I mean, I get, but Gary was like it's like Evil Dead when he did that jump scaring me and never fucking told me, and you know, I mean that puts on 10 years. I lost half my hair with that one, but you know, yeah, enjoyable. That's a good word.
So did
Well, I think that
yeah? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
DG. Go ahead, DG. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I think what one of the things that you enjoy and a lot of people enjoy it as well is the need to make people smile and laugh satisfies you a great deal, as it does with a lot of other content creators or comedy artists. Back in the old days when you'd see like a comedy skit, the need to make people laugh and smile is the number one driving reason for wanting to put content like that out there. And I think, that's something that you really enjoy an awful lot of. Editing the videos is another, passion that you like to do. But you can't have one without the other because that's what makes that timing and the comedy so perfect is being able to edit it at just the right time. In some cases, it's not even the editing; it's the people that you're with that have the timing.
Actually, the toughest part about the type of content I make or the type of videos I make, and I'm sure every YouTuber who does similar content to me will agree with this, but the hardest part, DJ, is to try and not be repetitive. Like you can't keep telling the same joke every video. It gets too old too quick. So every game has a different theme that we work on, or different stuff happens to me, and I try to fight like the Evil Dead video. So because I can use the official stuff, I went and got the official music, the sound effects, the movie clips, and just threw it all in, made this video. But I never know what a video's going to be until I've started editing it.
Yeah.
It's about 10 hours of editing before I know what it's going to be. Yeah, I don't even know what it's going to be about. Well, I know what it's about. It's about that game. But until I put it all together to see what's come through, is the voices clear? Do I need to volumize too much? How much editing times it's going to take? The fine trimming? You've got your clips to volumize on top of your volumization. Oh my fucking god, it takes a long time. It really does. But it's so worth it, peeps.
Did you start looking into your editing on the PC, or are you still saving up for
I
that?
was actually going to book myself into an online, like online tutorial, like like a class
Uh-huh.
with people in, like you would just sit in a class and you go for lessons. I'd actually set myself up for one of them, and then the events happened just before Christmas, so everything was on hold at the time.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
I most definitely do want to get into the PC side of editing because I haven't got a clue how a PC works, and like I said, I do it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But Share Factory, I'm pushing it to its limits to what
Yeah,
this thing
I
can do.
can totally see it, and I can see what you're doing on your Share Factory. If you're able to do it on PC, you're gonna have. First of all, you're gonna
Oh,
be amazed by how easy it's gonna be, but also how much more you're gonna be able to push it if you want to.
to push it in.
Yeah.
I have ideas, Beebs, for some of the clips I've had, but Share Factory just can't push it that hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's back on the PS4 when Share Factory first came out. I downloaded this app to try and go over a funny clip and just got addicted to it instantly. I loved this thing and I learned everything about it, and I wanted to do things, so I actually figured out tricks on Share Factory that I couldn't find on YouTube. So I learned myself,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was part of. I don't know if you all remember communities back in the PS4 before they stopped them.
Yeah, I never used them, but I remember them.
I was part of the
Yes.
Share Factory community, and I used that to try and my old channel when I first started, advertising there, like all done by Share Factory, this, that, and next thing. And after about, I don't know, a couple of months of me posting videos, one of the Share Factory team actually private messaged me and says, "How do you do that in Share Factory?" And when I told him, he goes, "We didn't design it for that." Now, and I'm not making this up, right? And I swear this is the gospel truth, Beebs. See the tips and tricks I done in Share Factory when it first came out, or the first year.
Mm-hmm.
When they updated Share Factory, that's what they done. Didn't even fucking credit me, did they? No, no. They took my tips and tricks and made it so everybody else could do it. So I had to come up with new tips and tricks just for me, and I've not dropped them since. I don't care that the developers bollocks.
Yeah.
Keeping my
Well, you do a
secrets.
pretty amazing job, honestly, CG, using Share Factory, which it's free. When you have the PlayStation 4 and 5, so it's a really good resource for new people, new
I think Share
players
Factory is
to
brilliant
create their
for
own
what it is.
videos. It is.
An app.
It does a really good
Yeah.
job. Yeah,
It's
and I think you've done a really good job with it. Honestly, I have. It's not easy to learn, a lot of these editing tricks and tools and things like that. And for a free app, it has a lot of good things, which many editing programs, even some programs you download on PC, don't have a lot of the options and availability to do what you do. So, I mean, I was thoroughly impressed when I realized that the videos that you've been making were on Share Factory. So, I mean, take that as a compliment. That's pretty amazing work that you do on there.
Yeah, see, I'm not the world's best. I'm not used to compliments. I'm used to being told to piss off. And it's like when people praise you or give you praise and they turn around and say, "I'm a fan of your show," and that's, I'm like, on one hand, I'm honoured, but on the other hand, it's like, well, holy crap, what did I say here? I don't know how to. I've never had this much support before, so it's a little bit overwhelming. And it might sound weird because I've got a small audience, but I've got the best small audience in the world. They're cheeky, but I love them for that's partly why I love them for it. It's because of their cheek. But it's a little overwhelming. I'm not very good with compliments. I don't know how to take that. It's just like, yeah, cheers, thanks. You hate it. What do you say? Oh, CG, you can do this. You're a better editor. I don't believe that's right. I don't think of myself as a better editor. I just see the things different than you. That's how I see it. Everybody thinks
But
differently.
it is impressive the amount of work that has to go in there. I mean, you have to find all the clips, then you have to move them over to your PlayStation. You have to find the music, have to move them over to your PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work to, yeah. Did you hear that?
Hear that?
That's midnight that just activated sheep.
Thanks, midnight. Love you too, man.
I mean, yeah, it's on the PC, it's easy. You just download it, it's there, you just put it in a folder, and it's there. But, I mean, it's
Yeah,
impressive the work you have to put in there.
it's there's a the Share Factory is, as much as I love it and that stuff and the editing I do, it's my technique is a tedious way to do things, but it is so good at the end result that it makes all the difference to go the long way round to do this.
Mhm.
Because then you're getting, it's like when I transfer a movie clip, I'll you know the YouTube converter turn it into MP4 at 4K. So by the time it transfers from PC onto my USB stick and USB stick into the Share Factory to upload onto the PS5 hard drive, it comes out at 1080p. So it's still got high def. But if I start at 1080, then you're looking at 720 or 480, and it's terrible. So all has to come from the PC in 4K to turn out 1080 or 720 on the PS5, which feels weird because the PS5 is supposed to be brilliant, you know.
Yeah, but it's the transcoding as well from YouTube. It's not too amazing YouTube. Even my streams,
Yeah.
while they look really nice and sharp on the stream, once I download them, you will see the pixels. It's just YouTube transcodes it so much down that it's.
I've had that a few times when I featured like yourself or Captain Steve, or I mention another YouTuber, so I'll take a little clip from his channel and put it in there.
Yeah.
You know, like when Warfy was giving the story of Captain Steve, gave me a shout out. So you take a little clip of Captain Steve. Hello there, I'm Captain. Just a wee intro, let people see who he is. A little shout out for him, and then you put his channel link in the description. But that little 4 second clip that lets people see the person. So to me, that's not much, but sometimes for the person watching, it's everything. Just be mentioned, which is where I come up with the idea for the directed buys. You know when you get a YouTuber does a directed buy, but it's the real one. So I took the music and put it on a black screen, turned it into video, blank video. So now when I do the directed buy, I take members of the community or a new subscriber, and I throw them on the directed by executive producer.
Yeah.
And that's like a non-shouty shout out to people.
A
And if
non-shouty
they've got a
shout-out.
channel, I'll
That's
link
good.
that too. But it also lets people feel like they're part of the show, like part of the videos and part of the channel, because that's how I want them to feel. Like it's not my channel. It's it's about the end product, and the end product is if those guys are supporting me, put them in your fucking video and let people know you like them. So that was my cue.
I've always enjoyed that segment of your videos when you have the produced by or executive director or so on and so forth. Some of those credits, because I think the first time you did that to me, I watched the video and I was somewhat new to your channel, and I saw that I'm like, I don't remember contacting you for any
your
of this
name
stuff.
on it. That's when you. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like,
since
when did I become an executive producer? Which was just made me laugh right away, right? And it did. You're right. It made you feel included. Even though that you had nothing to do with the editing or the producing or anything of it.
I've had
and
a
it's
few
really good way of doing it.
people being surprised by that, like a couple of people who just subscribed because they thought our video was funny. So I put their name on a directed by in the next video, and they're like, "Oh my fucking god, that's me!" Yep, that's you. They get so excited. I love them for it. It's great. I love that.
That's a good.
It's
I
a
mean,
wonderful way to show support. Honestly, it is.
It's a good thing to do now. I mean, it's also easy if you. Eternal Darkness says that he wants his name in highlights now because he's a sub to you.
That's fine. Eternal Darkness is it, right? Eternal Darkness. Do you know what? I've already done the directed buys, but they're not. But you know what? I might actually. Eternal Darkness, right? You're on the list.
There you go, Eternal. You have to check his next video.
Which list you don't know yet, but you're
on
on
Sunday.
the list.
Yeah, directed by Eternal Darkness. Comments, a wee abbreviated brackets at the bottom. Hope you're happy now, you bastard. But no, I do enjoy that part. It's like going to a pub and listening to a good band. And what makes a good band is not just a front man. It's not about listening to me. It's about listening to us. That's what makes the band. Is everybody involved, not just the front guy. So, to me, my channel is as much Gary's as mine. He's been with me for years, and he's been my best friend and worst troll, and how you look at it. But I like involving people. It's hard to explain how you all made me feel when I got accepted to this community. This was a really big thing for me. And I know it's not much for likes of yourself, Beebs, or DG. Yous are all used to this and that shit. I'm not. I've never been accepted anywhere, so this was a big surprise for me. And it's almost like a thank you to everybody to include their names, whether it's a directed by or whether that's a cartoon clip and their name goes in, or Picard doing the face palm, somebody's name goes in there. But it's almost like a thank you to support them as much as they support me, especially if they've got a channel. Anybody's name gets mentioned is a link in the description, and I hope to keep that going.
Just that you know, once you get to a certain point, I don't know how many, but at a certain point, YouTube stops informing you about your subscribers, so it's going to be a pain to find out who was the last subscriber.
I've actually started coming across that.
Yeah.
Yeah, new subscriber. Who? Maybe. What? Who? Don't know. Like, what the? How much? How?
Yeah.
Just talk to me, you. Not. Just.
Yeah, you expect those notifications to find out who it is and
The first time
thank
it
them
happened,
for it, but you can't. Yeah.
I was a bit on the, shall we say, inebriated at the time. I thought I was tripping out my skull. I thought I was pressing wrong buttons, which ended up making me press wrong buttons to figure out if I pressed the wrong button in the first place. It's a nightmare, man. My PC, I'm surprised, still works.
Yeah, that's something that's always bothered me is I don't always receive a notification when a new subscriber subscribes to my channel.
Yeah.
All you can tell is that your subscriber count goes up, but sometimes you have no idea who that is. And other times it will say so-and-so subscribe to your channel. And a lot of it depends on what platform they're viewing it on and subscribing to you on. But it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine that you don't know who's subscribing next, and that part is kind of difficult to track if you're trying to track those kinds of numbers. But
I think it's also just something.
Every single one.
It's just how YouTube kind of wants to motivate you, I think. And at a certain point, if you get 1,000 subscribers, I mean, there's channels that get 1,000 subscribers per month, per day. So it doesn't make any sense anymore to get the notifications. So I think it's more like you're beginning a new channel. Hey, you have got a new subscriber. Hey, you got a new subscriber. It gives you this motivation of, oh, look at that, I'm growing. But at a certain point, it doesn't matter that anymore. Then it's more like, you're doing well in reviews or in retention, things like that. It's
Yeah, I mean, speaking of growing, it's like when I came across you, Beebs, I think I had, what was it, 12, 14 subscribers or something? I just started this new channel. I had about 12 or 14 subscribers. I came and said hello to you for about 2 weeks.
Oh, my camera. Where's I bring my camera?
And ever since that guy went away and discovered my channel, you got me up like 50 bloody subscribers overnight, and I shat myself. Absolutely shat myself. I didn't know what to do. It just like one shout out from you got me like 50 subscribers overnight, and it's been climbing steadily ever since. And
I
then it
mean,
went quiet for a couple of weeks. And then I did the story of how the brony started, the story of the brony, and how it all began, even though it's not a story of a brony because it's a non-brony. 9 subscribers in 24 hours! Where'd that
nice.
come from?
A lot of
On
people
the
said,
brony video, I can't believe that.
It can be overwhelming for sure. You know, when you have a little bit of success and you see a number of subscribers suddenly subscribe to your channel. I've had the privilege of that once or twice. Never, you know, in the thousands or anything like that. But you know, like anywhere from 10 to 30 or 40 subscribers, you know, within a 24-hour period, it's definitely surprising and a little overwhelming. But it definitely feels good when you know somebody subscribes to your channel and you feel like you're doing a good job in creating some content that people actually want to see. And you know,
Yeah, I mean,
for somebody
it's
like
always
myself,
nice.
it feels good.
It's always a nice feeling when you see that notification saying a new subscriber and that stuff. But when you see somebody commenting saying something like just simple things like you guys are absolutely hilarious, you guys rock, I've subscribed, and I know this is going to sound like I'm a big pansy or whatever, but it humbles me, you know. And I mean, I know I'm an angry guy at heart, and I take the piss out of everybody that I meet, and don't give a shit what I say. If people like it, you know, fine. If you don't, well, see you later. But things like that really, I find really humbling, and it's like the word thank you you know, it's just thank you just doesn't seem to be enough.
yeah. But it's good. It's good. It means, I mean, it's gonna. I don't know what the word is. So
No point
I
asking
would
me.
say
I don't have
humbling is a
bloody
good word.
language.
Yeah, humbling is a good word, right? Because knowing that you're doing a good job and people are enjoying your content, because you know, like television, if they don't like it, they'll switch channels or unsubscribe. You know, so that to captivate an audience and to keep that audience happy and laughing and having a good time and enjoying your content, that speaks a lot for its you know the person creating that content. And you're right, humbling is a really good word, because you know it's not easy to do what we do. Making comedy is probably one of the hardest things that you can do. Timing of comedy is, for me anyways, probably the hardest thing you could ever really do and edit in a video. So
I would
you
say
know,
Gary is probably the best. I would say the best. But see, when it comes to timing, I think Gary's nailed it. And
Gary's got great timing.
and when he's on with Robin, like me, Gary, and Robin, right? Robin's into car culture, so Robin pisses off for 6 months, and he comes back for a couple of months in the winter when he's got nothing to do, you know. But when Robin's around, he's such a funny guy. I mean, but Gary and Robin have got this like communication without words. They seem to just know what each one's going to do. Gary's got the subliminal messaging thing going on with Robin that I cannot figure out or fathom. And you'll see that in Sunday's video. You know, it's to do with a little incident that they set me up on without even speaking. But they have this like communication thing. I think it's amazing. I mean, it's frustrating. Piss me off with this, but it's like they just know what they're going to do, and it's like Robin knows what Gary's going to do, or Robin does. It's just the way it all works out, and you'll see a lot of that on Sunday's video. So you know,
they
self-advertisement, you know.
they might have a secret chat going on.
No, this is off the cuff stuff, Beeves, man. There's no time to go on, Pat. They're moving in the game, so I know they're not messaging each other. You know, it's what probably puts me off guard because there's no signs.
I don't think he's
that.
reading the chat, Robin. So
I am reading the chat. I'm trying not to read the chat because they're trying to give me the fucking giggles here to put me off. and show me up in my big showbiz personality moment. No, I'm looking at the chat. I'm trying purposely not to look at them because that's why I'm trying not to giggle. Yeah.
Yeah, the timing
choose
is
some choice
definitely.
words for yourself, Robin. I don't want to become too demonetized. Choose your own choice words and insert them up your.
No.
Oh my god!
Timing again. There you go. It's hard to find that right timing, and most people who do it well are natural at doing it. Gary is a natural when it comes to that perfect timing of doing something or saying something, a jump scare even. It's what makes the conflicted gaming channel magic when you see that, because every time I log on and watch one of your videos, I know I'm in for a laugh. And it's something that brightens up my Saturday and your Sunday, quite a bit. So I got to say, you guys are doing a great job at what you're doing, and it is something that the community has definitely embraced, and we all love you for it. Honestly,
I'm all for embracing DG, but if you want to put your Saturday with my Sunday and snuggle up and embrace that way, okay. Is that what we're talking about, or am I on a different fucking YouTube channel right now?
Yep, group hug.
I know I put a video of Beebs, but that time we got me and Witchy Face. We got DG Squared to join us, right? Just to see if we could get his base to render. This was on the Monday before the live stream, and he joined us, and me and Witchblade got into this mental argument about whether or not I said I was a brony, and I got recorded all that. But DJ, he was pretty quiet, and there's a reason for that, because he was fucking speechless. He didn't know what to say, what to do, and the only thing that's going through his mind was, "Oh my god, they really are like that." Oh my god.
This is not an act.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the magic, right? It's who you guys are, when you're together, and some of the things that you say to each other. It makes a person sort of chuckle a little bit and laugh.
I mean, some of the best laughs will always come from Gary and that, but me and Witchy have got this thing where we get into very nerdy, geeky arguments. It comes out as the things we talk about. Oh my fucking god! It becomes YouTube go. I love that set. The conversations and that stuff we have. But yeah, that makes some funny stuff. And then I've got to try and record us both standing there side by side so that I can use that to go over the original footage, because it's us running around doing stupid things that are boring to watch. So you got this night. You can't get them to stand still. They won't stand still for 2 bloody minutes.
I got a good trick for that, Conflicted. I'm actually having a second account, and I built that person with my second account, and that one stands still when I want to make a video.
Yes. It's a good trick. I use it too.
I think, Beebs, if I agree to that and turn around and say I'm going to, make an imitation Gary to stand in place of Gary, I'm going to get a severe talking to this evening. It's like, yes, Gary, okay, I was sitting there with my head down crying again.
That an identity crisis.
Honest to God, man, everybody needs a Gary, because, behind the scenes, the part you don't see, guys, he keeps me so grounded and everything. He's the guy I can talk to about anything.
That's another great T-shirt. Everybody needs a Gary.
Everybody needs a Gary.
It's a perfect T-shirt. That.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's T-shirts and mugs. Oh my god, what would be a mug? Me? I'm a mug. Oh. I've no idea what the future holds, guys. With No Man's Sky, I honestly hope the game continues, because I'm still madly passionate about the building side of things, and not personally building, but what you guys are coming up with. I just want them to fix the game though. we were. It's no secret that me and Witchy were up at Enra Silver's base, or many other people's bases for the Thunderbirds. I was going to do the Thunderbirds video. You got 7 bases, 5 builders, 1 video. That's a challenge that just
That's
spoke
the
to
one
me.
with Enra Silver, no?
Yeah, with Enra Silver.
Yes.
But we're having a big problem with the servers right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
trying to get all 7 bases, which is all the Thunderbirds, Tracy Island, and the Mole, and all that stuff, all rendered is virtually impossible right now. So
Did you
what we've
try
done is
now
I've
with
told
the?
Enra Silver we're gonna. I have been keeping an eye on it. But what we've decided to do now is I talked to Enra about this, and we said we're not cancelling it because I don't like cancelling projects I've said I'm going to do. I just don't like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to delay it by a few months, let the game settle down, and then I'll go back and revisit it. In the meantime, to keep the base tours going, I now got another. I'm now sitting. Well, I'm not sitting now. I'll be going back there, but I'm sitting outside somebody else's base, which isn't public. Yeah, well, the base is public. The information isn't. I'm not saying who it is yet, but it's a base that I have been dying to do, and it's on a smaller scale than the Thunderbirds. So I'm going to try and get that one to work, and make a base tour, and give the servers time to calm down, and then after that, go back to the Thunderbirds, and hopefully get that video down because I was really looking forward to doing that as well.
Well, just that you know, they did a patch note, and I saw in the patch notes that multiplayer bases should show up better now. But I think builders should go ahead and start re-uploading bases they want to be visitable. I think every time things like this happen, you might lose the upload, so you might have to redo it.
It must be more frustrating for a live streamer than it is me. Because I can afford to go down, sit down there, go and make a coffee, talk to the missus, get a bite to eat, and wait for renders. But a live streamer can't have that. A live streamer doesn't have the luxuries I have.
No, but yeah.
That's concerned.
For the moment, I had quite a lot of luck. Either it's somebody that didn't upload it or just it doesn't show. But for the rest, it's been pretty okay so far.
Yeah, I know as a builder, I've had a stroke of bad luck with base renderability at times, where I've had bases that have been uploaded for months, even years for that matter, and they either don't load at all or don't show, or load up an incorrect upload. As is one of the cases with you, Beebs, where you visited my base, and it was an upload that I made 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was an old instance.
I had since. Yeah, which is quite funny because I had re-uploaded it and fixed a few things up since an update came out and changed a few things. And it still showed the old upload, which was really funny because you'd never seen that base before until the day. And what you got was the wrong render. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not the same base. And yet Conflicted Gaming and Mr. Witchblade visited the base, and it was the correct upload. So it's really quite an interesting thing how the uploads work.
I think also it might be, first of all, crossplay. So I'm wondering if the PlayStation servers and PC servers are different. So that means
that's the thing as well, Beebs. When I joined you tonight, I had no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, but this is a pretty small base as well now, so it's not that hard to render in.
That's a good point.
I mean, that's just there's only 5 walls and a door.
Oh, God, no, that's going to be another one.
A desk and a couple of chairs. You know.
These are giving Gary information. You know he's going to come out with that somewhere in some game. He's going to use it somewhere. Oh my God.
Now, are you running a PlayStation 5 CG?
Yeah.
Okay.
PlayStation 5.
Are you? Yeah, see, I was not able to join the game until after you had joined. So I joined on, I guess, your signal. But I had a difficult time prior to the show, as you may have seen. I was not able to join the game on my PlayStation 5 directly.
To be fair, I was logged in for about an hour before I was supposed to show up because I was fucking panicking tonight. You know? So I got here early and I sat in front of a PC and went, right, okay, I'm ready. And then the stream started, and DG, that's when you couldn't join. And Beebs says, "Oh, we better see if CG can join us." And I went, "Right, okay." Jumped in there, and I got to the front door, and Beebs turned around and said, "If you're listening, don't come in." What? Right, I'm here. That's how it died.
Well, I'm
I mean,
glad
that
you
was
did join
that was good
because it
timing,
was
Beebs.
able. Yeah, it enabled me to be able to join. So I mean, I've got some problems right now, obviously with my PlayStation 5 allowing multiplayer. Hopefully, that gets sorted out in the near future. I see a Zendesk ticket coming in HG's future for me about that. Yeah, I mean, there's a few little bugs here and there that I think need to be worked out still. I'm hoping that gets sorted out because that does make it difficult, if you're playing with others or community or showing a base for that matter. Yeah, no, I'm thankful that I was able to join off of you, so that worked out pretty well for me in this instance.
Whew. Oh my god, I'm hot in here in this room, and it's winter.
I know, Beebs. I get that
Are we
effect
making
everywhere I
you
go.
uncomfortable?
Don't worry, mate. You're not alone.
I think I might be a little bit too close to the furnace there. The,
We're making you uncomfortable, Beeps. That's it.
I think he's.
So-
Do you know what it is, DG? He's probably sitting there sweating like fuck in case I come out with something stupid again.
No. It's comedy gold, my friend.
I do get that reaction a lot though, man. Everybody goes, "Hey, I love CG's videos," and then I come to their base and they piss off, they run away. It's like, it's a very weird reaction I get where I go. So I mean, but that kind of makes that's kind of the beauty of this whole thing, I love to watch the content, but I saw you coming to Galaxy, so I thought I'd piss off before you recorded me. It's like they know there's a camera somewhere near them if I'm in this vicinity.
You never know when you're going to be recorded by CG. He's caught me a couple of times. Just we're standing around talking or whatever, and a few weeks later down the road, there's a video and there's me derping off doing something stupid.
No, you're welcome, DG. You see, it's a public service that I provide for that, to make you look good. Well, that's another thing people have asked me about. Just like, how do you choose who's going to be in your channel? And with the directed buys, it's a lot of subscribers and people that I like. But if you actually appear in a feature in my video and I'm taking the piss at you, it's because I like you. That's me showing the love.
It's been a while since I was in the videos, guys, so I kind of feel a little bit.
Well, we've reached that relationship, Beeps, where we're doing the same sex position every time we go to fucking bed. We've got to spice things up now. But don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little geck head on that one, mate.
I need to push him off some buildings more.
There's stuff in store. I can't say. I really would love to tell people, but this plans that oh my god, almighty, I can't. I would give the game away.
Don't.
I think one of the funniest things I've seen was, and I don't know if this was scripted or not. Probably not. But one of the latest ones that you did, where you featured my base. So you showed up at one of the other bases I had on that planet.
Oh, that was natural.
All the little ships.
Yeah, no, that was a completely natural thing that happened. That was not scripted. That was that was real.
That was one of the funniest moments.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me you had another fucking base with the same bloody spaceships on the ground. And I landed at the base, I'm looking at spaceships, and it's the right spaceships. They're on the ground. I thought I'd actually genuinely broke your bloody base. I panicked. But it turns out, no, you never told me about that one. Oh, it's supposed to be part of that base. But information! I didn't know this. I genuinely shat myself. I was ready for running away and leaving the system. Yeah, sorry, their DJs said technical issues, can't do that video now.
Yeah, and of course I created all that, like for a couple of video clips for one of my own videos where I had them, flying around, and then I had them crashed on the ground, and yeah, you had the
yeah, which informed me all about that after I took my panic attack and shot myself. And then I don't know if you can tell from the reaction when he told me, and I'm like, what? Because I was quiet for a few seconds when it's sinking in. Like, I'm actually at the wrong base. I can't believe I just done that.
But was that also your base, DG, or was this like a part of your base?
It was two different bases. So, okay, the one where you visited where the ships in the air all fighting, that was one scene, and then there was another scene with them all crashed on the ground after the battle, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I told them about the one base, but I didn't tell them about the second base, and they're both by DG squared. So, he showed up at one of my accounts and saw that base, and then a couple of days later he came back to do some more filming, and he showed up at the other base, and that's where the confusion was he had not realized that there was a secondary base there, with them all on the ground, all crashed and broken, and little fire and everything coming out of them. So I mean, for a video, it made for a great effect. For CG, it gave him a heart attack and a few gray hairs. So I gotta apologize a little for that one.
No. You're a liar if you're apologizing for that, because everyone thought it was fucking hilarious at the time. But I genuinely landed, and I'm like, oh no, and Witchblade's like, what? I fucking broke it, mate. I've genuinely broke it. Something's wrong. and I actually genuinely shit myself, because I thought, all right, is this the line I've just crossed? Because I always wonder. I always tiptoe that line. I like to tiptoe.
Did I just cross the line and get
But did I just cross the line? Yeah.
Get banned from the No Man's Sky community now?
Yeah. You see a little CG sitting in the next Studio 16 at the window trying to peer through, like, hey, remember me? Come back.
Yeah.
And the funniest part, there's a third base there as well, which you hadn't happened upon yet, which probably would have scared the heck out of you.
Bloody God, I didn't. Until right now, I didn't know there was a third base.
That's the one with the deconstructed crash ship. Was that third one? I think I took you guys there, and the crash ship respawned on top of my build, so it looked like the weirdest looking ship that ever crashed. But yeah, that was one of the funniest things, seeing you guys monkey around the bases that I had there.
There's a lot of funny things that happen off screen that they get put on the cutting room floor, so to speak. Everything gets recorded, but a lot gets stitched.
Yeah,
it's hard to include everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to DG's base, battle over Inferno Mountain, and I'm standing there. I went up to the viewing platform, but it was all encased. There was no way out, so I couldn't get the camera out. So we messaged DG to come and remove a window, right? And he joined within 2 minutes. He was that excited, bless him. And he joined straight away, dropped everything he was doing, and joined us. Came down, deleted the window, so I could get on the roof and go into camera mode and get my swishy fucking camera angles, right? Which was all great. Thanks, DG. See you later. Thanks. Went our separate ways. Came back the next day. The window was back. I'm stuck in this bloody place. Oh.
And of course, the teleporters weren't working.
Yeah, teleporters were no power. It was, shall we say, fun project, DG. Fun project, thanks for that. At least Mad Max is
always glad to trap you in a box. Yeah, that was all outside, so that was an easier one to film.
Yeah, that's sure. Pez. Oh my God, Pez got. I'll never forget Pez's boxes. Done my boxing. That's what he done.
Well, he's trapped you a couple of times now, hasn't he not?
Yeah, he's got me a couple. The one time was this teleporter that I got told teleport me into the base and put me in a box underground, and he done this trick. When I went to the box, there's a base computer there that said that box was made by me. He told me. So technically I jailed myself. And I thought to myself, next time we got a Pez S base, I'm not sitting with us a teleporter, right? Genuine. We went to Pez S's base, another base, a few weeks later on a live stream. And, Gary and Witchy are sitting on the chair. Oh, this is when I took my time off and I came back. You remember I was coming back, my first live stream back. Yeah. And they sat in the chair either side and left me the middle throne, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. Honest to God, Steve, genuinely looking up and down for a trap. I'm looking for a hole in the floor. I'm looking for a glow of a fucking teleporter. Nothing. Nothing. Pez's had glitched his teleporter just so that the teleporter was behind the seat, so there was no glow. And I sat in the seat, and boom, I was back in another fucking box for a whole bloody hour.
Cleverly
The
hidden.
whole live stream.
The whole live stream.
Just asked if you're listening, buddy. Third time's the charm. We need another box.
Yeah, I'm still working on a video that I started working on just before Christmas and all that palaver. It's been sitting in my editor. I've got the footage. I've done that. I just need to. I need an emptied house because I need to sing.
You need to sing.
So I need to sing. It's a
There he is.
it's a video about kind of commenting on comments, but I'm not going to call it that because Neebs Gaming kind of is famous for that title, commenting on comments. But it's a comment video where Pez is, like lots of people. I'm going to show all the comments, and then we're going to address Mr. Pezzy Boy, Pez Dispenser. We're going to address his comment. Yes.
Hey, Pez, good to see you, man. And Travis, welcome as
Oh,
well.
hi, Pez.
Welcome,
I was
fellas.
saying nice things about you. Big fan. Love your work. You fucking still join up with him watching the chat.
They're lurking. They're lurking.
You're never safe. But yeah, no, he very cleverly hid that teleporter in there, and when you watch that stream, you never would have guessed that there was even a teleporter hidden in that chair.
It was one of
And
those
boom.
things where, see, from hindsight, I mean, after the stream, I went back and had a look, and I could not, even knowing it's there, you can't find it. You don't see it. He's done something. It's invisible or well hidden. I cannot find it either under, over, behind, or anywhere about. But yeah, incredibly clever glitch that he done, and total respect to it. And like, take my hat off, man. I can't thank you. But see, at the same time, I was spent the whole bloody live stream in the cube, and all you could hear was me moaning in the background. And every now and again, the camera came over, and I'm buzzing around like a little fucking fly caught in a jar. Yeah, yeah. Your name was Muck. Love you, man.
Did you check your chair when you stepped in here?
I did have a quick kind of look when I was doing my wee dance to my music. I was kind of looking around because the thought had crossed my mind. Yes, just check.
Let's just 100% sure that.
I mean, I don't want to
Press
say I'm
the eject
paranoid,
button.
but you know, I might be a little bit.
I mean, there's way, but it's too much work.
Pez has just scratched you in there, DG.
I'm waiting for him to eject me out of the window one of these days.
But no, there is a couple of No Man's Sky videos in the works,
Good.
including a base tour that I'm going to be starting on Sunday, and then after this base tour's done, by that time, I'm going to go back to the Thunderbirds and get that ball rolling, because that's going to be a nice bit. I had got this great plan for it, and I'm not about to let that drop. So I went to the
That
other
was
base.
a brilliant build. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to another base, which I've got my heart on set making this base because of this base. And yeah, going to start filming that on Sunday, and do the couple of the render tricks that we were told to do.
Nice.
That's about all I can say.
I wish you good luck on that, and that everything renders. so you can,
Everybody's going to be
get that
sitting there
footage.
fucking paranoid, happily paranoid whether they're going to be at my base. Is he coming to see mine?
I've been working, but it's very slow process on a new puzzle build. I'm pretty sure I want to invite you to it as well.
I'm sure there's another YouTuber that would love to see your puzzle build. Last time you gave me a puzzle build, Beebs, I was so excited, then you broke my fucking heart. When I was watching you, you made the Space Station 16, you made the Pegasus things, the two ships flying through the sky, the big sail ships. And then Beebs turns round and I get a base tour from Beebs. I get a Beebs tour. I got a fucking square building, man. A square building. He's got flying ships. I got a wall. Well, it was one of those things like, like, okay, I like a challenge, Beebs, I'll rise, I'll rise to this one. And it turned out to be, some people think that's say to me that that's their favorite base tour video, is the Beeblebum square puzzle base thing. So everybody has different tastes, and I like the variety in that one. So some people have said to me, Beebs, that that's their favorite base tour that I've done.
Yeah. Because it was also very interactive. No, it's broken now, by the way.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still remember vividly of being overjoyed when you saved me from the ball and showed me how to open the door, and I thought it was free, and I found out there's another level. Like, I thought I was done. And then I felt like crying. I was crying.
Never-ending maze.
That's what made the. I think that's what the entertainment was the fact is like people are going, do this, and I'm like, do what? I could not figure it out, even though people were telling me what to do, and even with a Beeblebum, I couldn't figure it out, and he's standing going, pointing at things, wow, the TikTok. That's all I heard because he wasn't in the chat, so I heard, and I point that way, and I still couldn't make it work.
Did you read Pez's comments there? He said, "Don't trust me."
Yeah. I see. I didn't trust you, and I still got fucking caught. So, yeah. Good advice. This feels very surreal. I got to be honest. I mean, with my time scale right now, it's always hard to catch live streams. So things like this last few Studio 16s, I've been watching like after the live stream. So I watch for an hour, and then I watch for an hour again afterwards, or catch up. And I try to catch up that way because then it's not as good as the live stream, because a live stream you can interact with the audience and have a laugh in the chat or take the piss out of Beebs. I mean, tell Beebs nice things. And I don't have that part, but I still love the thing because in Studio 16, I learned so much about other YouTubers and content. That's gotta be the most polite shut the fuck up I've ever had.
Never get tired.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to make a redeemable of that guy's a shorter one.
Oh my god.
You might have to make that redeemable expensive because I think I'm paid a lot, dudes.
It wasn't until I was making that video, originally making that video, that I came across that song. I found all this weird shit and put it all together. It was so funny. God, I'm never gonna live. That's Beeves' favourite song since Butterfly and OMG I'm a UFO. He's found a new favourite CD song.
I was like, which one? I need a song, a Brony song, but I was like, let's use the one from his video. It's gonna be the best.
No copyright.
Oh my god! I put a lot of like research into that shit when I had to make the video.
I feel sorry for your YouTube search history after that one. Oh dear.
Oh my god! Who was that? MSD, you bad man! Get in the corner. Go on. Right. You're banned from a directed by for 2 months. We cheeky bastard. Yeah. Sorry, he's Scottish. You got to treat him like a Scotsman. Like, corner, dead.
So, do you envision a future with Conflicted Gaming's YouTube channel? What kind of things do you see in the future for yourself?
To be completely truthful with you, DJ, I could answer this in many ways, but I'm just going to be brutally honest. I haven't got
Please do.
a clue. I have no plans, or anything at all. The only plan I actually have is I'm going to do this PC course once we're back on our feet and teach myself PAC editing and maybe do videos for people on the side or something, you know. But as far as my channel's concerned, I'm just enjoying myself, mate. I'm along for the ride until I run out of fuel. It's the best analogy I can give. You know, I mean, I've got a lot of plans for video ideas, but plans for the
Mhm.
channel, don't know. That's up to the audience, mate. Nothing to do with me.
Well, I
If we're all
gotta
going to
say,
be
just keep
brutally
doing what you're
honest,
doing.
man, you know, you can have all the plans in the world for your channel. If you don't have the audience to back you, what good's your plan? So I'm just rolling with the ball, mate. You know, I'm enjoying it. I hope it
Well,
gets
keep doing
somewhere.
what
I
you're
would
doing
like
because
it.
you're making some great videos, and the audience that watches it, everybody is absolutely enjoying it, loving it. And
I
honestly, I'd
do
like to
enjoy
see
the
your
audience
subscriber
quite a lot.
base to rise. Um, so yeah, like just keep on doing what you're doing because it's great material. And you know, when I say comedy gold, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Some of this, if you guys haven't seen any Conflicted Gaming's, videos, you have to watch it because it'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. You're laughing so hard in some cases.
So,
And I fell in love watching with these guys right away. Which is, it's rare. Usually it takes me a little while to get used to somebody or whatever. But now watching you guys in your glory of whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's No Man's Sky or Call of Duty or one of the other games, it's just a barrel of laughs, honestly, every time.
I know most of my audience comes from this No Man's Sky community, and most of that, Beebs, is thanks to you. You know, because you were my like the first guy to give me a shout out and accept me, and
mm,
you know, and then call me an idiot. But you know, um, it, it's it, it's it can be difficult sometimes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what game we play. I think people are more interested in who we are than what we play.
mhm.
Although I
I,
do know people
mhm.
still want to see me on No Man's Sky or doing base tours, so I'll always keep that up. Whether I'm with my team or by myself, the base tours and that stuff, I'll always keep No Man's Sky up because that's where most of my audience came from. You know, I want to still
Mhm.
give you something, but at the same time, you better watch all my other bloody videos. It's like a lot of these things. But yeah, I like
It's
to mix it up with different games as well.
it's
It
actually
keeps the jokes
every
fresh.
morning.
Yeah, yeah, it's every morning. But it keeps doing different games keeps the jokes fresh. To me, and I
Mhm.
think it's people are more. I think people. I could be wrong, but I think people are more interested in what we get up to or what Gary can do to me next or whatever compared depending against what type of game we play. I think it's more a case of seeing what we get up to or what's my next biggest embarrassing thing I'm about to do to myself again.
there's always another way, isn't there? And I'm sure Gary's got a whole
Always.
bag of tricks coming out of his sleeve. Um,
See, after
you
all
know what?
these years, he still catches me, and I should know better by now, and I do, and that's when I forget every time.
So, what would you like to see in the next update? What would you like to see on No Man's Sky?
Oh, time for some honesty here. Okay, what I would like to see with No Man's Sky, and this could be a bit controversial for people, and that's completely fine. Um, I love the fact that people have different opinions of what they want to see in this game. So here's mine. I don't want to see content. I don't want to see another expedition. I want to see servers. I just want servers. I just want the game to work. If you can load into a star system, fly down to a base with no render issues, I believe that's the next gen update this game really needs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see servers. I want to see the game working. Keep your expeditions. Don't want to see them unless the game's working. Just make the game work. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Pure and simple.
I already knew that would
Send
be the
death
answer, by the way.
server.
Yeah.
It's just that it's controversial because when I say I don't want to see expeditions in the next update, it doesn't mean that I don't want to see expeditions. Just temporarily stop giving us
Mm-hmm.
content and give us a
Uh,
server, give us a game that works.
the thing is, like we were talking about now, DJ, is that it's a weird thing is that the bugs always return. So I think they need to either completely update the game, do all the updates they have, and then just fix and stabilize it. Because if they stabilize it now and they do another update, they seem to break the complete all these
Yeah.
bugs again. It's a very weird loop. I think we are in.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that they sort out some issues, but I mean, really, when it comes down to it, we still love the game, and
No,
we
no,
love some of
totally,
the crazy
totally.
things that happen. And
No,
I
no,
think
I
it's some of the
totally.
bugs that make it so much enjoyable at the same time. Like what's a game going to do to me this time, and how am I going to get around some of the weird bugs, or try and join the person's game, and or get stuck in a wall, and the laughs that you have, trying to deal with some of those weird hiccups within the game. I think that's what makes the game a little bit more endearing than others, which we, as community members, as gamers, we some of us tolerate it more than we would tolerate it from other games. Some of the weird bugs that go on in No Man's Sky, and we always make that joke like NMS means nothing makes sense instead of No Man's Sky, and that's sort of an endearing sort of nickname that we've given it because of the bugs. And there's something about this game which keeps drawing us back, no matter how many bugs it seems to have in there. And as long as they keep putting out content and allow me to actually load the game, I'm going to keep playing it. So I hope HG does a little bit of work on getting a few things sorted out. But for the most part, I still love the game an awful lot. And like so many others, I can't wait until they come up with another update that
I
gives us
totally
more
agree.
content to
I
play
do
with.
love this game a lot. It's the community and the bases that keep me playing more than anything else at the moment. But yeah, I still love the game. I mean, I'm pissed off at the game, but I love it. I still stick the bloody thing on, so who am I to complain in the first place, But yeah, No Man's Sky has that love-hate relationship right now.
One of the things I've always appreciated about some of the videos that you do, CG, is there's been a couple of my bases which you featured in your channel, and I of course I've made videos of my own bases and done stuff to feature the base, and when you come by and you feature it in your own way, in your vision, and how you want to film it and see it. I've always been really impressed in your vision, in how you see the base compared to how I saw the base, and how you put together a video for it. And that part has actually really impressed me. And in those instances, you see the serious side of somebody who's putting together a video with some really amazing shots, and then it's instant cut to a comedy moment, and then back to the seriousness. And I've always just really appreciated your vision and how you see things in there. And then of course you're putting the video together. So I mean that takes quite a bit of skill to work with the programs and the footage that you're getting and put it all together in such a manner where you see the base in a different light and put it together very different than how I would film it, and yet it still works really, really, really well. And those times have always really impressed me, and it made me question myself, like, geez, this other person filmed the base in a different light and made it almost I guess better, if that's a way of saying it, and it's kind of made me strive to try and work on better footage, better editing, and so on and so forth. So I mean, seeing what you do when you're featuring those builds actually drives me to work harder to try and create it in a better light or better camera angles and so on and so forth.
Oh, wow.
You've got a
I
hidden
really
talent
appreciate
there.
it. I mean, that's
And
some serious high praise that I make a video and then makes you want to do like push your base building more. I've never thought of it in that way, but very
Well,
grateful
it's
to you.
true.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you have a vision, especially in the filmmaking side, and honestly, I think um, developing that talent is not an easy thing to do. And you're doing it on Share Factory, so you're taking
Mm-hmm.
all that footage, and it's not easy to put all that stuff
Yeah,
together.
I've
So
had
I
a
mean,
couple
that's
of people in my comments asking me what PC program I use, and I say, Share Factory, mate, and they call me all the lying bastard in the sun. But I thank them for it because to me that's a compliment, you know.
it is
And
because you're doing what so many people can't do with a program, which it does have limitations, but it's a very good beginner's editing program software. And of course, it's all free on PlayStation, so I mean, it makes it that much easier to get a hold of.
yeah, I mean, I know I mean, I'm a self-taught editor, and I've got to a point where I'm pushing Share Factory to its absolute bloody limit. You can't do anything much more with it. To a point I'm going to have to upgrade to PC editing, and I don't see myself as a brilliant edit. I don't see myself as better than people. I just think I think differently because the way I see it, anybody can learn to do the editing side. So you could have the best film studio
Is this
in
the
the
night
world,
CG
DG,
is finally going to
but
reveal
you'll see
who's
things
actually
different from
Flesh
me.
Gordon?
Like I see
And
things
that's what
different
makes
from you.
and that's what makes it so unique,
That's
right?
what it is.
I don't know if they
But
heard that though.
but oh my god, yeah, I've just seen that flash up. But no, it's that's the way I see it, DG. And I've had I might actually start doing this. I've had a few people asking me about doing tips and tricks for the Share Factory editor on PlayStation. A lot of people have been asking me how do I do things like transfer music, video, like videos, music, and pictures across on the PS5. How do I do this style of editing on the Share Factory? Because they don't know how to do it, and I've looked at some of the tutorials on YouTube, and wow is all I can say. So I might get into doing some Share Factory tutorial videos in the near future. I'm really not sure, but that's going to be more time. I don't know if anybody's still interested in videos like that. To be honest, I'd need to
There,
put up a wee
there will
video.
always be somebody interested. There will always be somebody interested in a tutorial,
Hmm.
because people need to learn how to do things, and so what do? They turn to YouTube for those type of tutorials.
Yeah,
Um,
because when I started on
it's
shit,
a
I was
great way.
absolutely basic. I was quite terrible. I didn't know how to use it, but I fell in love with it. That's why I spent a few years pressing buttons and trying different ideas and doing what it's telling me not to do. But yeah, I might consider that. I've not really thought about much about it because I've never been what's the word, big headed, or I don't, I'm not special. I was just depressed for a couple of years and decided to edit, and that's how I got into it. Closed the curtain for two
It's a
years and
great
just
way to
hey,
Yeah, well, it's a great way to lose yourself and to, get into something, that focuses your brain instead of, some of the things that are, maybe bothering one person in, their lives or whatnot. I've found editing to be quite therapeutic myself. And it's also a little bit of a hobby as well, that I started many years back and fell out of it and then came back into it. Um, there's a lot of different editing program software out there. I found one that I really, really, really like, but what works for me may not work for you. So, definitely research the right one for you that fits your eye the best is the best advice that I
yeah.
can
I
give you.
mean, I was actually talking to Beebs and a couple other people about this, about editing software programs and that stuff, and I had a list. And while I was going, to me, I'm not looking for the best editor. I'm looking for the most comfortable fit
Mm-hmm.
that fits me. And when I get used to that in a couple of years' time, if I start getting serious with it, then I'll pay for a program and end up having a bloody home movie studio. But that's kind of a bucket list pipe dream type thing. to be able that good at editing. But I would still say, I mean, as good as I can be with a Share Factory up against some PC editors, I've got to be honest, Beeps, I feel very basic to some of these people. Have you seen some of these talented people on YouTube? What they can pull off, like proper movie style videos, and
Yeah.
absolutely amazing talent. I would love to be up there.
There's a lot of people that also just hire editors. If you're good enough and you have a channel that's big enough, you can start hiring somebody that's professional for it. Because it's a
Yeah.
challenge. It's a challenge, first of all, to keep original editing yourself and not get burned out. And a certain style. I've seen a lot of content creators that are like, my God, this style is amazing. I wish I could edit like this, but it's just somebody else editing for them, and they have the pattern and.
Yeah, I've
know.
seen a lot of paid editors and that stuff, and it takes me. It reminds me a lot of the day you contacted me to make you a channel video.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, I'm in Discord. I'm like, yeah, Beeps, no problem, Beeps. I'm the man, Beeps, man. As soon as I hung up, man, I was in the toilet. I was shaking like a leaf, and I was sweating. Like, how the hell am I going to do this? Now, obviously, I made a big mistake with your video, and this is where the learning curve comes in. So mistakes are okay. Mistakes are acceptable as long as you learn, and it's only you make it once. And because of that mistake, we'll call it an error, because I'd never done a video for another channel, let alone a monetized channel. When you gave me the go ahead, I made a cock up with the music, and you couldn't monetize it.
Mm-hmm. Which is okay, but
I went and I mean, you were great about it. I was panicking when I figured out what I'd done and how I was going to talk, but you were brand new about it, man. And thanks, by the way, Beast, because that helped build the confidence up, so to speak. You know. But when you told me about that mistake, I troubleshot for over a week to make sure I was doing anything. And it was when I was making Rice's video for him that figured out the dumb mistake I'd done.
Yeah.
And the channels that I like to use, it turns out that it's all copyright-free music, and it's epic, booming songs. I mean, really good stuff. None of this cheapy, plinky plonk copyright-free shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, proper music, like the songs I've got in your video. But the thing is it come up with monetization, or cannot be monetized, because in their description they've got in their channel, and it's quite sneaky but genius. Sneaky though. If you subscribe to their channel, you will not get a copyright strike. You can monetize a video and not get a copyright strike, but you have to be subscribed to that channel. So now, in the future, if somebody asks me to do a video, I will go to my YouTube channels, find the songs I want on the same channel, 2 songs, because I like doing in 2 different parts. So I'll take 2 songs from that one channel, then tell that person I'm making a video, go fucking subscribe, but you can monetize. Just subscribe to that channel. You're good. You can monetize, and it worked a treat for Ricey and Flowery.
I just unlisted the video, and nobody gets money from it. Then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm on about, the mistakes.
Yeah, but I just, like I said, I did the trailer just for the beginning of the stream, so it was not anything that would be monetized anyway.
But the good thing that came out of that was I went away.
Yeah, you learned your lesson.
I was sweating, but I learned my lesson. You know, exactly, and I learned what I'd done. Well, of course I was sweating, man. I mean, you were at 20,000 subscribers. You asked me to make a bloody video, and I'm looking at myself. I've got 200. You've got 20,000. The fuck? You know, it was a big thing for me, Beebs. It's a huge thing for me. It still is. When Flowery and Ricey asked me for a video, but, I mean, to me that it means so much to be asked to make a video because they like my editing. If that's not a compliment, I don't know what is.
No, I
would like to get.
I need a trailer. Who is the person? Who are you gonna call? Conflicted.
You see a song there. Where's my guitar? It's a bit late for the guitar, but you know, I'll need to put that down on the list. Yeah. Oh my god, I have a list of A4 pads that probably won't see the light of day.
I bought myself a whiteboard now that I have on the side here. I'm just writing all the IDs up that I need to do. It's easier than having a whole bunch of paper on the side and having to raffle through them.
Oh my god. There's one thing about what I like, and there's another thing I like about the content creators of this community is their videos don't. How do I say this? They don't piss about. And what I mean by that is, it's straight into the content.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand the type of YouTuber where I stick on a video and he talks shite for 6 or 7 bloody minutes before he gets to what he's talking about for only 2 minutes. But they need to hit that 10-minute goal enough. Piss off, man. Piss off. If I want to talk shit, I'll talk in the mirror. You know, I'm good for it, and I'm better than you. Fucking, I cannot stand those type of YouTubers, which is why I always put a pre-intro clip in, and then you put the intro. So people have started watching the video before the intro, and the intro's as short as I can make it. So it's just, you know, hit that like button. I'll do a backflip. Fucking hit my like button, and I'll kiss you. I don't care who you are. I'll fucking, thanks for the like. Backflips or bananas or whatever it is they call it, man. Cannot stand that side of YouTube.
Yeah, capturing an audience and keeping their attention for the duration of your video is one of the hardest things. You can look at the statistics and see where people sort of drop off here and there, but when it comes down to it, you have to make something that's entertaining enough to keep them, watching, for your entire video. That, for me, that's one of the hardest things to do is to, not just, attract them to your video, but also to actually have them watch the entire video. And I think with your videos, I can't say that there's any one video I've ever skipped to the end and just been like, okay, done. You have a way of capturing an audience and keeping them riveted until the end. Whether it's,
keeping the audience in the video is tough to do, but it's a very basic principle. It's like your first clip on the video, the way I do it, is it's one of the funnier clips. It's your first clip, that's your hook. Right? And every clip is good, then you put on another clip, then you start and you try to save your funniest to the end or second end, and you try to vary it so you got really good clips, followed by funny clips, followed by something epic, followed by what the fuck just happened. The next thing you know, it's saying like, share, and subscribe, and you're mesmerized. So, it's a balancing act. The principle's bloody easy, but doing it's not.
No, that's true.
So, how do you do it? You don't want to show your best clip first, because then people get bored. But you don't want to show your worst clip first, because then they get bored. So, what do?
Yeah, keeping them guessing on what's next. That can be kind of difficult at times. I mean, what can you say when you've found a formula that works really, really good with your style of comedy and video editing? So that's a huge thing. Having people watch your videos for up to 75 to 100% of the entire video. Yeah, that's a hard thing to accomplish.
It's everything. People are willing to take the time and sit down and watch your content, man. It's how do you say thank you? Because thanks, man. Cheers, okay. It just doesn't seem enough, even though you're genuinely saying thank you. But it's like, how do you thank your audience? Which is why I came up with
from
the directed
small
buys
beginnings
and stuff to
come
try
great
and
things.
bring people into
Your
the show
comedy
or be
makes
part
the
of the
verse
show.
a better place.
Or just to let them know I fucking saw that, I'm on to you.
Thank you, Jem, again for the $5 donation. Your comedy makes the world a better place, says Jem, Conflicted.
Thanks, man. I appreciate all this. See all this like compliments and that stuff. I'm still like getting used to it. So, but yeah, thank you. Cheers. Okay then. What else am I supposed to say? We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I think we're gonna get to the end of the stream now. Is there anything else you want to talk about, DG?
DG. Right.
That's your DG and
I thought you
CG.
said CG, you meant DG. You know, turn the DJ tables with DG with CG on the mic. Yeah, here we go. Off a tune. Sorry, DG.
Partnered with the BB. We got CG and DG with BB. There you go. Let's see. You know, I usually ask this question, you know, and you may have seen it and heard it before from past Studio 16 views. If you were to see Sean Murray on the street, you know, what would you say to him? Would you compliment him? Would you trip him as you walk by? What would be the first thing you'd like to say or do?
I would honestly make him sit and watch Pink Butterfly. This is what you have done to me.
Is that your video when you're flying the pink
to-
butterfly?
Yeah, I just want to see his reaction to like that or UFO, any No Man's Sky game footage I've done, just so that he can see the reality of what he has designed. You know, this is the real No Man's Sky, big man. This is how you play it. Understand? Right. Now you've got it. Get back in there and write a couple of ones and zeros and update the game.
Definitely one of the more original answers we've heard.
Yeah, I would do it politely though.
Politely.
Well,
Do it politely.
Scottish politely. Scottish politely.
Well, that was a lot of laughs. Thank you, CG, for being part of this today. Thank you for being a guest on the
Thank you for having me.
Studio
Honestly,
16.
thank you.
For the people in the chat, if you have not already, definitely go and check out Conflicted Gaming. The link is up there. You can always subscribe, and if you don't like his content, you can always unsubscribe.
There's always that. You know.
But I promise you, you will watch a video and you will laugh for sure.
It's always a pleasure watching them. Yeah, nothing we can say can ever really compliment you enough on your channel. But like Pete says, check it out. It's a really amazing trip of comedy and laughs, and he's got a lot of great content. So definitely check him out.
You're really pushing for another base tour, aren't you?
Well, not if you're going to break it.
I mean, no promises on that front. Thank you so much, man.
No, you guys are fantastic, and it's a pleasure, getting to know you on the Studio 16 show, and hearing all that you've got to say about words of wisdom with editing and what you do, and the friends that you have that work with you on your show. So Gary is absolutely perfect with his timing, and Gary, I'm looking forward to the next time you put one over on CG, because that's going to make me laugh even harder.
Oh yeah, there's more of that. Oh my god.
Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for the stream, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you, DJ, for being here once again and struggling to get in the studio.
Yeah, if I'm not window licking, I can't even join. So, oh dear.
I have also set up a stream. We're going to be raiding Mr. Ricey once again. He's most likely going to be doing ship hunting. No surprise. And of course, go and check out KJ and Lava Lamp as well. They will be streaming as well in an hour and a half, I would assume. So KJ, if you want, you can also drop a link to your stream so people can click the reminder if you're going live.
Are we double raiding? Double banging?
KJ is going to be live in an hour and a half, so we cannot raid her now. So we just raid Ricey right now.
Ricey's always a good streamer. Love watching his streams. Lots of great ship hunting involved there. So looking forward to that.
So I'm looking forward to your future videos. I'm looking forward to Sunday, Mr. Conflicted. That's my morning coffee.
Oh no, sometimes I miss a Sunday, but not this Sunday.
Okay.
I've got a video coming.
All right,
it's a Call of Duty video, so be prepared, but there are No Man's Sky videos in the works. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Definitely.
So, anything you want to add anymore, guys, before we leave? Close off?
All I would like to say is, joking aside, to everybody who's watching the Sportsman channel, thank you greatly. Seriously. No piss take here. I'm grateful to you guys. And I don't know how to say thank you, so thank you.
Thank you
Hey,
as
that's
well.
good enough for my books. Yeah. Thank you all very much. I did notice a couple of notifications on my phone. I think there was a couple of subscribers. So thank you, everybody, as well, for subscribing to the CG and to myself and any new subscribers or members to Beebs' channel. That support means an awful lot to all three of us, and we really appreciate it. So you guys all take care, and thank you again for watching. We look forward to next month.
Yep. Next month we're back. That should be April. We might actually be very close to a new update in. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to close off. Thank you all for joining. Stick around. We're going to be raiding Ricey, of course. And in a bit, we're going to also... I don't think KJ is around here, so let me just drop a link to KJ just before we go. KJ will be streaming as well in an hour and a half. Definitely go and check her out and Lava, the Giggle Twins, if you want some more fun. But that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Don't forget to do it.
Cheers.